There's an Azora book club now, and I want to be part of the Azora book club. Would that be too weird? I mean, they're like 12 and I'm in my 20s, so okay, yeah, that'd be a bit too weird. This episode gave me anxiety, guys. I don't understand why I keep getting so invested in the lives of fictional characters, but I do, and I did, and this episode gave me anxiety the entire time, because Amity's back, and that ship has not gone away. It's only gotten stronger, honestly. I like those two together. She's in this episode most of the time, and Luce just gave me anxiety with her poor decisions the entire way through, because the episode starts out with Luce being excited to go back to school, or just start school, you know, and she's reading through the pamphlet, learning about the history, and then she was like, oh wait, I had a meeting with Amity, and it's nice to know that they're hanging out outside of class, sort of, because like Amity has to give her the book back that she let her borrow in the other episode, and then she gets the book back, and she's like, hey, so what did you think? And then Amity's like, it was alright, trying way too hard to be cool about it, but you know she loves the book. You know she loves Luce too. I mean, they're such a good duo in this episode. I like seeing them around. Amity's siblings were in this episode as well. Still the worst, but not awful, I guess. I don't know. They're just kind of mean to her, but in the fun older sibling kind of way. I put up with it a lot more in this episode than I did in the last one. But this episode's setup is basically that Luce needs to know at least 2 spells to be in the same class as Amity. Otherwise, she's going to be sent to like the baby class. And then she's like, well, I want to be with Amity because Amity's the best thing ever. That's what I'm saying she said. It's not actually what she said. I'm paraphrasing. But the deal is on, guys. The game is afoot. She has to learn a second spell before school starts, otherwise she's gonna be in the remedial class. And then Amity's like, well, if you want, you can come train with me and my siblings, to which Lucifer's like, no thanks, I already know 2 spells. She lies about it, and I don't get why. This whole episode and this whole conflict, I don't know why I said it that way, but this whole episode is built on Luce's lies about her abilities, and I just didn't like that. She like goes full dark side in this episode, and I don't know why, because she's like, I already know 2 spells, but I'm going to go do some training anyways because of how powerful I am. And then she convinces Ida to help her train, and Ida, being cool, is like, yeah, alright, whatever, I get it. I can't have my apprentice being in the remedial class. Who do they think I am? So she agrees to train Luce, and she takes her to this place called the Knee, which is really just the knee of the giant colossi that makes up the Boiling Isles. And it was very cool. Like, I like the fact that landmarks are just called whatever part of the body that happen to be. Like, oh yeah, that's the knee. They'll probably spend an episode in the rib cage at some point. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of fun. Apparently it's a place infused with magical energy, so they go up there and Ida's like, okay, Luce, I'm going to need you to become one with nature while you're here. There's also this slither beast here, but just don't pay attention to it and it'll leave you alone. To which I'm like, okay, yeah, I smell setup, but where are we going with this show? And they go to the Knee, they end up there, and they find Amity, and she's training with her siblings there, and that's where their training was at. And then Luce is just like, I'm happy this is happening, guys. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Sure, sort of, not really. And it was just a fun little scene. I enjoyed their interactions. It was just a lot of fun. And then Amity's actually learning magic. I don't want to say actually, but she is learning magic with this wand device that she has. And then Luce starts getting jealous about that. So what does she do? Instead of listening to Ida's advice and becoming one with nature, she just steals Amity's wand and starts shooting fire bolts around. And I don't get that. Like, Luce, what are you doing in this episode? Honestly, though, I was just more disappointed than anything else, if I'm being honest. It's one of those things where it's just like, I know Luce is better than that. I know she is. She's the most likable character on the show. And I don't get why she would lie, why she would steal. And you can tell that Amity is hurt by that. There's hurt in her face when she finds out that Luce stole from her. I just didn't like that aspect of this episode. I mean, it was good in that it made me feel emotions, but it was bad in that I have anxiety now and I don't know what Luce is capable anymore and I'm disappointed. But whatever. She accidentally angers the Slither Beast. It captures Ida and Amity's siblings, and then Luz is like, what are we going to do? To which Amity responds, we're not going to do anything, because I'm mad at you, because I trusted you, you betrayed me, stay here, you're going to get hurt. And Amity runs off to save them by themselves. Luz is there, just contemplating her actions and what she did. And honestly, yeah, I don't know. She gets mad at the island, and I didn't think she had any right to be angry at the island. That was all her fault. Everything that happened was on her. She lied, she stole, but lesson learned though, because soon after she does become one with nature. She does realize that magic is all around, and the glyphs that she's been drawing is part of everyday life there. Like it's infused into the island and just everything that makes up the Boiling Isles, kind of the I am one with the universe and the universe is one with me type of thing. And I guess that really implies that she can only do magic on the Boiling Isles, which means if she were to go to Earth, all those glyphs wouldn't work, I don't believe, because they say that magic is a gift from the Boiling Isles. So yeah, I don't think she can create her own magic. She gets magic from the island itself, so on Earth, she couldn't do magic. And I guess that makes sense. You know, it is a bit of a bummer, though, that no matter how powerful a wizard magician she becomes, she won't be able to take it to Earth. I mean, maybe that's not the case. We'll see. I don't know how strong the connection to the Boiling Isles needs to be for magic to come through, but all right, but she learns her second spell. It's this ice thing, like she can summon a pillar of ice, and then she uses it to escape the prison that Amity put her in to keep her safe. And ultimately, she uses it to defeat the Slither Beast that had the others captive. And all's well that ends well. I mean, do I think Luz deserves to be punished a bit more and reprimanded? Yes, but you know what? It's not like they're all perfect. I mean, they all have their faults, and I did appreciate that Luz did step up, and that's one of the hallmarks of her character that I enjoy the most. She stepped up. She gets closer with Amity. It turns out she's going to be able to go to the same class, so they are going to start that Azora book club, and I'm excited to see that. Amity wants it to be a secret club because she doesn't want to share Luz. That's most likely not the reason, but come on, guys, headcanon, give it to me, please. And then they just jump off, they just go away, and all's well that ends well. And Amity and with her siblings are just like, you know what? We don't have to do that crazy jump thing that Lucinita did. We'll just go. And that's pretty much the episode, guys. And it was fun and exciting, and I liked every interaction in this episode. It was legitimately fun. There's some other stuff with King fighting off evil stuffed animals, but it's really just B-plot for the sake of B-plot. There's not much really there. The real meat of the story is what happened with Luz and Amity and her training and learning her new spell and getting excited for Hexside. I don't know when she's going to go to that school, if in the next episode or the next couple episodes, but you know what? I'm going to be here to find out. I think this is the last episode released. I'm finally caught up, so we'll see if and when that comes about. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say about the episode, and it was really a lot. These episodes are dense, man. There's a lot happening all the time. I love it. It's a lot to talk about, and I'm here for the next one. Have a good day, guys. Be safe. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to. I'm not going to make you. I'm not your boss or your dad. But just remember, if you ever go off to train in magic, do not anger a Slither Beast. It's just not ideal, guys. It's very dangerous, apparently.